Welcome to Audit Archive, where we run you through some of the most questionable and rather atrocious police encounters. Today, we're looking at a case where police officers unlawfully detained an innocent woman for visiting her mother. She complied with the officers, but still got placed in handcuffs without a reason. On October 14, 2022, a woman, namely Miss Brandy, was at a nursing home located in Virginia where she regularly visited her mother. However, there were allegedly some conflicts between Miss Brandy and her relative who was also at the facility. Due to the circumstances, the staff eventually called 911 to assist them with sorting things out. In response, 2 officers from the state police department arrived at the facility shortly after and initially made contact with one of the staff, who explained the ordeal to them.
I tried checking that too.
Officially confessing?
Yeah.
There you go. Hi, I'm Sue. I'm the administrator. So we have a family member who had an allegation against her, and so we've reached out to her and let her know that if she wants to visit, we need to meet with the team here and figure out a way we can keep the mom from being. Her guardian does not even want her to visit, but we talked her into letting her. If we do supervised or promise that she won't take pictures of her mom and put them all over Facebook and TikTok and stuff because the guardian doesn't want that happening.
Okay.
She came in, refused to talk to me, slammed the door in my face, wouldn't let me in the room.
Okay.
So,
You want to trespass?
yeah, at this point,
Best way
yes,
to get her out of
until she will come in and meet with us and figure out what
Yeah,
we
you can
can
always
do.
take the no trespass order
Because-
away, but
yeah.
let's get her trespass because that's
Because I don't want to not let her see her mother, but she needs to do it so we can keep the mess.
Oh yeah.
You know, and she's not the guardian, she's not the she.
Oh yeah, we understand.
Okay, do I
She's-
need to come with you?
I have no idea where it is.
She's
on the right.
not
The
the guardian.
No, she's not even on the face sheet. The guardian's the resident's mother.
Okay.
You want me to?
What room number?
I should be pissed.
What number?
First room on the right. She's
Okay.
kind of scary. I want to.
Fine.
As we've just seen, the male officer asked the female staff whether she'd like to have Miss Brandy trespassed, and they eventually came to the conclusion of doing so. Therefore, the officers were directed to the room where Miss Brandy and her mother were located. One more point to note is how the female staff claimed that Miss Brandy was kinda scary. This was an unprofessional move that set a poor tone for this encounter already. Regardless, both officers made contact with Miss Brandy, who immediately refused to step outside to speak with them. She claimed that she had done nothing wrong at all, adding that the conflict between her and her relative was over with. However, since the staff had already directed the officers to trespass her, they essentially had no choice but to follow the book. At this point, the officers were well within their rights to order Miss Brandy to leave the property. And the only way the official trespass could be reversed is by Miss Brandy getting a hold of a court order in favor of herself.
You're good. It's Brandy, right?
Officer Hammerline, Police Department, can you open up?
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Can we talk out here for a minute?
No,
Okay.
I've done nothing wrong. I'm just visiting my mom.
Just wait. They don't want you here until you can figure out what's going on between you and them.
No, they tried to file false charges on me. Told me I can't take pictures of my mom.
So it sounds like until you can clear it up with her.
No,
you
it's
can't
already
be
been
here.
cleared. They called me. I'll play the call for you. She told me their investigation is done.
Brandy, here's the deal. Here's the deal.
She can't just make up stories.
Okay. Here's the deal.
Uh-huh.
They don't want you here right now. So that's how we can go with it. We can try and communicate with her and figure out what the issue is.
There is no issue.
Okay. So that's one option. The second option is we can make you leave because they don't want you here. So you're trespassing. You can't be here.
I'm not trespassing.
Okay. So you right now. They don't want you here. So I'm telling you right now.
Why didn't she tell me that?
Because I have to tell you. I'm an officer, a police officer, so I'm gonna have to tell you. It's officially trespassed. Until Father Nelson,
All right,
until you can
Mom.
clear it up.
So
Until
they're
you-
making it so I can't see you no more.
So until you can clear it up with them, then they can take you off of it. But right now,
They have nothing. She's just bought her because I made them. They look like.
I want to get on.
Okay.
She wants to say something.
What's up?
Well, you put on word. I am one.
What's that?
Can you put it on the record that she's bummed?
Yep, I will put that in there.
So kind of like he's saying too, obviously something's going on that we're third party.
No, but
We
that's
don't
what
know.
I'm saying. They've already called the police on me. The police already told them I'm committing no crime. Then they called me and told me that their investigation is over. So
So it sounds like you need to have a
Yeah, you
talk,
just need to talk to them
with the
about what's
woman
going
that we came in with.
but she's breaking the law by doing what she's doing. She's not my mom's guardian.
Yeah, but so
This is her business. She works for this business, so she can call us she can trespass anyone in here.
Right. Well, then
So-
she will have a lawsuit on her hands that she can have at it.
Okay.
MCLA 750.552 is the general Michigan state statute for trespass. This statute prevents anyone from trespassing upon the premise of another after having been forbidden to do so. Violation of this statute is a criminal misdemeanor offense, punishable by a fine of up to $50 and 30 days in jail, or both. At this point, it's to be noted that Miss Brandy had complied with the officer's orders and promptly agreed to leave the premises. So far, neither of the officers on the scene had any reason to believe that Ms. Brandy was violating the law or committing any sort of crime. So, keeping this in mind, let's take a look at what happened after Ms. Brandy effectively agreed to leave due to the official trespass.
Oh, she's not done talking.
It's okay.
You want a lawsuit?
We're not gonna do this part. 'cause
I've done nothing wrong. You
Okay,
can't even
Brandy.
tell me what I've done wrong.
Brandy, you're being trespassed right now. So
Yep,
you gotta,
well, you said I could talk to her.
we can schedule a time to talk to her.
I'm not mad. She's the one that's being stupid.
All right, it's time to go.
Enjoy your lawsuit.
Now, Brittany, you have your driver's license?
I'm not really.
Okay, well then you're detained. So that up then.
Huh?
And you're detained until we figure that out. And either
Why are you detaining me?
Because
in the
right now,
presence of the
you have to be
police officer, you have to
trespassed.
provide a
Okay, well, can I hold on? Can I make one phone call?
Nope, you have to give me your driver's license.
I
or
don't
just tell me your
have to
name.
give you. You already know my name.
Okay, can you write down her
We
name?
know.
Oh
Yep.
my god!
Exactly how it's spelled.
As seen in the footage, this is where things took a ridiculous turn. What the officers are now doing is something we've seen happen countless times before. Cops start to detain somebody because they want to get their ID to fill out some sort of form or to make a record before being trespassed off the property. Essentially, the officers go from the position of doing what they're supposed to be doing to now violating Miss Brandy's Fourth Amendment rights. Watch as the officers continue to ask Miss Brandy for her details and then aggressively place her in handcuffs while claiming that she was now detained. Her phone was ultimately snatched from her hands during this confrontation.
So what's
Until we can find you and we can figure out who you are.
Hold on, I'm gonna
Exactly.
call and let them know. Go pick up my kids that I'm being arrested.
You're not being arrested right now.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
being
I am.
detained.
So detained and arrested are two different things. Being
Hold
arrested
on.
means that you've been charged with something. Being detained is temporary.
Hold
being
on,
detained.
I'm being detained
Okay. Do you want to?
because I won't give them my license.
All right. So what's
I've
your
done
date
nothing
of,
wrong.
What's your date of birth?
I've committed no crime.
What-
Brandy, what's your date of birth?
I committed no crime.
Okay, in the presence of a police officer, you
And then
have
we'll
to
get a
give
fingerprint scanner and
identification.
then we'll figure it out. Let go of the phone.
Brandy, do you want to charge her disorderly?
I'm not doing anything
Okay,
wrong.
right now, in the state of Michigan, you need to present identification.
Only if
it-
I've committed a crime
Not
with reasonable articulable suspicion, and I've done nothing of the
So
sort.
right now you've been trespassed, okay?
Uh-huh.
So we need to identify you so we
Uh-huh.
can successfully trespass
Uh-huh.
you by doing our lawful job.
Okay.
Okay? You can record all you want. We're also recording, okay?
Yeah.
So right now your phone's being confiscated because you are being detained. We can't put you in the back seat without searching you first. We have to know
Okay.
any weapons or anything on you,
No,
okay?
nothing. Just
Nothing?
keys and a phone.
Okay. No wallet whatsoever?
It's in my phone.
It's in your phone? Okay.
Let's just walk over there.
We're gonna walk over to the cruiser first.
So, what's this?
You're being detained right now until we can figure out who you are. 'Cause
You already know who I am.
I know your first name.
Now's the perfect time to discuss why this detainment was a blatant violation of Miss Brandy's rights. Let's start by discussing the difference between someone being detained and someone being arrested. A blog post published by the Law Office of Thomas E. Tomasian highlights this in an articulate manner. It stated that a detention occurs when a police officer has reasonable suspicion to believe that someone has committed or is about to commit a crime. It is short-term, lasting long enough for the officer to investigate and determine the next steps. An arrest happens when an officer has probable cause to believe that a person was or is about to be involved in criminal activity. It is long-term and results in the restrictions of the individual's freedoms. So, by taking this into account, it becomes very clear that Miss Brandy was illegally detained since she did nothing suspicious, nor did she commit a crime. Despite this, the officers escalated the situation by claiming that Miss Brandy was acting disorderly, which was simply an attempt to try and charge her with disorderly conduct.
You run you.
Jesus Christ.
We will let you go.
Run me. I haven't committed a crime.
Right now you're acting disorderly.
I am not.
And we told you that you're
I'm
trespassing.
being. Oh, I can't wait for this body cam. I'm being disorderly.
Is it?
Oh, I'll make it off you too. Yep.
Ritzma. How do you spell Ritzma?
R-I-T-S-E-M-A.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Brandy, B-R-A-N-D-Y?
A-N-D-E-E.
Okay, perfect.
First of all, let's look at what Michigan State considers disorderly conduct. It's understood that the offense of disorderly conduct covers various conduct which is deemed to frustrate public tranquility and peace. Most disorderly conduct crimes involve public intoxication, known as drunken disorderly, or creating a disturbance. In Michigan, disorderly conduct is punishable by up to 90 days in jail and/or a $100 fine. Keeping this in mind, it's worth noting that even if Miss Brandy had acted disorderly, which she clearly didn't, it could be argued that charging her with this crime would still be unlawful. The reason is that coming to this conclusion would only be possible after violating Miss Brandy's Fourth Amendment rights. It's stated that the Constitution, through the Fourth Amendment, protects people from unreasonable searches and seizures by the government, and only after this unreasonable seizure could the officers come to a conclusion of whether Miss Brandy was acting disorderly or not. Luckily, though, the officers came back to their senses and eventually placed Miss Brandy out of her handcuffs. They engaged in a discussion with her while also trying to justify their false detainment.
Like, I've got her 911 call today. I got the body cam today from the last time she. This is wrong.
That's all something that you can sue her civilly for.
Correct.
Yep, I'm just agreeing with you.
I know.
I would be upset too, honestly, if it
Like,
was my
because they
personally.
leave my mom in the same clothes for 35 hours and then don't put her in a chair and you're feeding her in bed with her neck injury. And then I told them I'm reporting them to the state. This is what it's all over.
Does she have a legal guardian?
Yes. The legal guardian doesn't talk to me because they lied to her.
Do you have any way of changing the legal guardian?
My brother's, the guardian is giving it to my little brother, and that's what they don't want.
Okay, so
They have no idea what they're in for.
So it's going to be changing hands anyways?
Correct.
Okay. So it sounds like you need to take it off with the legal guardian, get it changed like you're trying to do.
No,
and
the legal guardian, it's all in the process. But what she's doing is illegal.
yeah, and I'm not saying otherwise. I'm just saying that if
But
she
how
wants
can you
gone,
guys trespass me if I've committed no crime?
So listen, the crime.
He's gonna explain.
I'm trying to explain.
I don't get it.
No, so I'm trying to explain. So pretty much, it's like this is private property. You see that, right?
It's not private. They're funded by the government. It's public.
Yeah, but so someone's like a manager of a place like this, pretty much like anywhere. Just like if you walk into a speedway, they can say, "Hey, I don't want this person here anymore." Doesn't matter what the reason for. If they tell me that, and they want you, they say, "Hey, I want them trespassed."
So when I come back tomorrow, I go to jail?
Yeah, you can't come
Yeah,
back.
you can't
Oh, I will be coming back.
Okay.
And I already let the vice president and president, I spoke to them today. They said, we haven't heard anything. Well, then why are they doing this? You might want to call her.
Call them and tell them to talk to Sue then.
Correct.
That's the best you can do
That's,
right now.
yep, this is just I'm sorry, this is a joke.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong, but so don't come back on the property until you cleared up with the like.
Oh, I'm coming back tomorrow. I'll be here every day, and I don't care if I go to jail. I've already been told by lawyers, by the advocates that help Britney Spears, national news, the News 8, everybody's on this. So they've already told me if you have to push the envelope, because that's just going to seal
You're not going to be able to
the
do that from
lawsuit.
in jail.
Huh?
You're not going to be able to do that
No,
from
but
jail.
it'll seal the deal when I'm getting arrested for no crime.
Trespassing, that'll be the crime.
No, but that's what I'm saying. They can't say I'm trespassing when I've
can.
committed no crime.
That is
They can.
the crime. That's what we're trying to tell you now.
But they will have nothing to stand on. I've done nothing wrong to warrant
Depending on
a
the-
trespassing.
Okay. Where's your vehicle?
Right over there.
Okay. I'm going to walk you over there and help you get out of here for that. All right.
So when I come back tomorrow, just be ready to come back tomorrow because I'm coming back tomorrow.
Okay.
While Miss Brandy made her way to her vehicle with the male officer, The female officer walked back inside the nursing home to speak with the manager, who they initially made contact with. She took down the manager's information and later admitted that they detained Miss Brandy just because she failed to identify herself.
What is your name?
Sue
Sue? Okay. What's your last name?
Wortman, W-O-R-T-M-A-N.
W-O-R-T-M-A-N? Okay. Date of birth? And then phone number? Perfect. So she's been trespassed officially. She believes that she's done nothing wrong to warrant a trespass, but like we've informed her, you can trespass anybody from this building, no matter what the reason is. So she did state that she'd be back tomorrow. We advised her that she'd be arrested if she came back tomorrow for trespassing.
Okay.
Still believes that there's no crime, so she's not being arrested for anything.
She doesn't understand the difference between crime and federal regulations in a building.
Right. And so she believes that because this building is governmentally funded, that it's a public building, which we've informed her that she could still be trespassed from a public building, no matter what the situation
But it's not.
is.
It's a privately owned
Either way,
building.
it's privately owned. She's been trespassed. She's aware of that. At first she failed to identify, which we then had to detain her to do that. So if she comes back tomorrow, if you can, lock the door, don't let her in.
Okay.
I don't know if you could do that from here.
It's often misunderstood that officers have to identify a subject when officially trespassing them. This is not true at all. In general, officers have the authority to identify individuals who are suspected of trespassing, whether or not they have officially been trespassed from the property. Officers may ask for identification or other information to verify a person's identity, particularly if there is reason to believe that the person is involved in criminal activity or is violating a trespass order. So, this goes to show once again that the officers were not obligated to ID Miss Brandy at all. The verbal warning would be deemed sufficient for the trespass order to be effective. A few days after this, Miss Brandy received a follow-up call from the same manager. She was informed that her mother did not wish that Miss Brandy took her pictures anymore. This was refuted since Miss Brandy knew very well that her mother never had an issue with that. The manager also told her that she was only allowed supervised visits in case she wanted to see her mother. Let's listen to the call recording.
Hi, Sue.
Hi. So, I wanted to reach back out. In our investigation, we did find that your mom does want to have some visits from you, but she doesn't want her picture or video taken. So, what I want to do is see...
That's not what my mom tells me, so I'd like to know who says that, because that's not what she says to me.
Okay, well, that's what she said to me and another person today.
Well, she told me that's not what she said to you.
So what I would like to do is set up a time for you to come in and talk to me and some of the IDP who work with your mom, and see if we can set up some time for some supervised visits.
No.
No? Okay.
You guys are depriving me of my rights and my mom of her rights, all because you guys do a job. So carry on.
Okay, we are not, because I'm offering you supervised visits.
No, I don't need supervised visits. I've done nothing wrong and I've broken no laws. So you tell me why I need supervised visits, please.
Okay. All right, well...
Do you have a lawful reason? Have I been served any papers?
You may come in and...
Have you guys ever even asked me to stop? No.
This is the first time I was aware of it.
Nobody, but you're telling me I need supervised visits instead of saying, hey, Brandy, do you mind just not taking pictures or whatever? Instead of telling me that's what my mom said, because it's not. She told me that she told you it's not. Well, I'm not going to be told that I need supervised visits when I've broken the law. You guys are going to be expecting a fucking lawsuit. Yeah, that's right. Hang up.
As of the date of this recording, Miss Brandy is still troubled by the nursing home and the authorities. Updates on her YouTube channel show that she has not yet been able to sort the matter out due to the current legal guardian who has control over this and does not allow Miss Brandy to conveniently see her mother. Be sure to check out our previous video where we cover another outrageous police encounter.